Right, so recently I've had quite a few questions of people asking me like why they don't feel satisfied on a raw vegan lifestyle, and or even people just in general saying like they just can't stop eating even on like a normal diet. Um, so what I've been kind of like thinking about is, because I went through this on raw vegan, because I'll address the raw vegan, what I think about raw vegan, and I'll address the standard diet. And on a raw vegan diet, like I went through this where I was just having like dates and dates and dates and dates all the time, and I got to a point where I could just eat like 3 boxes of sundaes, which were all like 1,600 calories each, and I could just like eat 3 of them in a whole day, which is just way more calories than I need. But I did not feel satisfied, and if I hadn't have eaten that quantity, I just would have felt like really hungry. And I've had a lot of other people saying this. They're like, they just feel really, really hungry and they're just craving cooked food. And the first thing I would say is, if you're only eating fruit, then, and you're not living in the country where it's being grown, and like it's not fresh and tree ripened and really high quality, then you really need to be supplementing with greens. So I would address this to anyone living in like the Western society, like how I am in England. Like most of the fruit is imported. It's not organic. It's not very it's not locally grown at all. It's not very high quality. I mean, you can get higher quality stuff. Like I'm getting some pretty good papayas at the moment, but like they're just not, it's not how Mother Nature intended it to be. It's not as nutrient dense as it should be. So I really think it's very important to be supplementing with organic greens in the form of green smoothies, because that's how you digest it most efficiently. You can get the most nutrients and break down the cellulose by doing that. So like that's why you might be like starving, it's because like you need some greens to supplement it. I think they're so important. When I tried raw the first time, I was fruit only and I lasted 4 days. So I've tried it again, and I was having 2 to 3 green smoothies a day, and that's now gone. That was the first month, completely raw, easy, and so easy. The second month, down, easy again, and I've taken my green level down a little bit. I'm only having like maybe 1 a day. Sometimes I have like 1 green smoothie and a salad in the evening. But yeah, you kind of just top up your minerals, top up your nutrients that you're not going to be getting from this fruit with the green smoothies. And another thing is, because I was only eating dates and dates and dates, if you're having, I think it's easy to get dates and bananas ripe in this country. So like in a Western country, like I do understand why they're a staple. But if you're only eating dates and bananas and dates and bananas and dates and bananas every single day, then you're not going to be getting the nutrients you need. You need an array of nutrients, really. So I would say mix up the fruit, source better quality other fruit. Like I've been managing to get some really good papayas and mangoes and things like that at the moment. Like they're like little honey mangoes or Alfonso mangoes from India. I think that's what they're called. I'm not very good with fruit names, I forget, and I say random things. But I think they're called Alfonso. And like they're really, really good. They're not obviously as good quality as they would be if I was getting them from India, from where they're from, like off the tree. But they are pretty good compared to a lot of the supermarket standard things. And I'll do another video explaining where I'm sourcing this decent fruit from. But like I said, yeah, it's decent fruit. It's not amazing, and I'm still supplementing with green smoothies. But you need to kind of get the different stuff, because like since doing papaya, I could have like 1 large papaya for breakfast and I would feel so full. The same thing for watermelon. I've got some really good watermelon, and I felt stuffed. And there's not really that many calories, and it's like so like watery and stuff like that. You wouldn't think it was going to satisfy you, but like I had like some of this watermelon this morning, like just a plateful. Oh my goodness, I felt so full, and it's because of the different nutrients. Because before, like I got this watermelon recently, I hadn't had watermelon in like 2 years, And like same with the papaya, I'd never eaten papaya in my life, and now I've just been like smashing it, and my body's like, oh, you know, like different nutrients, you know. But if I was just having the same amount of calories from dates, when I was eating a lot of dates for an extended period of time, I feel like my body's built up those minerals. So what's happening when you've built up those minerals and in your body, you know, those nutrients, your body is like, if you're still eating that food, your body's going to still be searching for these other nutrients, and it's going to be doing so with the only mechanism it's got to tell you really, which is like your hunger. So it's just going to make you hungry, and you're just not going to get satisfied because you're not giving it the nutrient it's looking for, or the nutrients, sorry, it's looking for, and so you're just going to eat and eat and eat, when really you just need to eat something different. Like eat a different colour fruit, you know. Like even like I've got tomatoes ripening now on my corner. You can source pretty decent tomatoes in this country. And the papaya as well. Like I will, like I said, I'll do a video on where I'm getting my fruit from. But like you just got to mix it up a little bit, you know. And obviously keep on with the greens, and it's easy to say raw. You can supplement with a little bit of fat. Sometimes people like avocado. One moment, darling, yeah?
I can't find a little blanket.
I think they're on the toy box, my love. Okay. Some people do like to have a little bit of avocado to kind of settle them. I personally don't find I need to do this. I'm pretty much, 955. So, and I have been for over 2 months now, and I don't find it hard at all. I feel energetic, and I can go on long bike rides, and I sleep really well. I feel satisfied. I don't feel really hungry all the time. So yeah, those are my triggers to see if I'm eating enough and getting enough nutrition. So yeah, like I might have avocado a bit further on in my journey if I fancy it, but like a lot of the things I seem to hear is just have the avocado. Can you wait 1 minute, darling? So what I keep kind of hearing is everyone saying like, if you're getting really hungry for cooked food, and you can't stop eating, just have a bit of avocado. But I like, if the problem is you're not getting the nutrients, if you're just having that one fruit constantly, or you're not varying your fruit at all, you're not supplementing with grains, those are the things you need to be doing first, I think, before you have the avocado. Like, make sure you get the nutrients in, you know, before you, because that kind of seems to be the default that I'm hearing around. Me personally, I haven't found the need to do that at all. I haven't had a single avocado for the whole 2 and a bit months. So I would definitely suggest trying the greens, smash some greens, and mix up your fruit. On a standard diet, it's a lot of the same principle as the raw. You know, it's hard enough to get the proper nutrients when you're eating only nutrient-dense food, like you are on a raw lifestyle, especially like a high carb one where it's all just like fruit and greens. It's hard enough to get as much nutrients as you need because I've mentioned like the quality of the fruit is not very good in this country, or in most Western countries where it's all imported. So like, if you're eating processed stuff on top of that, that's kind of like, in my head, that's just a waste of calories. You're just kind of eating for the enjoyment of it. You're not really getting nutrition from it. I mean, there's more to food than macronutrients and stuff like that. And like, and as well, if you're getting like things that are fortified with the nutrients, yeah, you're getting the nutrients, but I don't personally believe that you're going to be getting them in the way that nature intended you to get them. So in my opinion, it's just less than optimal. You know, because I just think like nature doesn't really get it wrong, and they'll give you the right amounts of what you need in that food, and like it will mix really well together, and it will go in your body really well together, and like things like that. Whereas if you're getting like a random host of what the government reckons you need in a slice of bread, it's just like, it's just not, your body's not going to really know what to do with that. Like, nature is so much more intelligent than we are at making food. It knows what we need, and it works in harmony with our bodies. So I just don't think that's going to be optimal. When you're like eating processed food as well, it is absolutely full of chemicals, which makes your food just like it can play with your mind. Like for example, MSG. MSG is like, oh, I don't even know what it is, but it's just horrible chemical that they put on food, and it makes it like taste amazing. Like it triggers pleasure things in your brain and makes it taste amazing. And I know that MSG is actually, it's a substance that they give to mice as a protocol to make them obese, so that scientists can study obesity with the mice. So it's not even like part of the study, it's like, it's the protocol you do. If you want to make a mouse fat, you give it MSG. And this stuff is in like takeaways, and it's in like Doritos, I think, and oh, it's just everywhere. It's in like, yeah, Chinese takeaways especially, I think, has a lot of MSG. So that's like, and that, yeah, it just makes it taste amazing. Like you just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. So watch out for the chemicals. Watch out if you're eating salt as well. Like if you're having a lot of salt, that's just going to make the food taste like so much better, and it's just going to make you eat and eat and eat. Like when I was doing raw till 4, and I like made a little broth which had like a little bit of salt in the seasoning in it, and I made that with rice noodles. It was amazing. Like I ate like an extra bowl than I would have normally when I didn't put it in, because like it just tasted so good. So it's like it can trick your brain into thinking you want or need more when your body doesn't need more, and you don't really want to be giving your body too much, because it's like you need as much energy to heal yourself and to repair yourself. The more food you put in above like what you need is just more energy that your body's going to have to take to digest it. So really you need to be listening to these cues of when you're full, and these are the cues that get obscured by the chemicals in it, and by the salt and stuff like that. And this next point can also apply to a raw diet as well. When you're using spices and herbs and stuff like that, like they're lovely and they are really good for you, especially herbs. I think are really, really good for you. But I'm very wary of them. Like I don't use them in every single meal, like because I know they make food taste so good. Like I love a salad with cumin in it every now and again, and I love like putting a tiny bit of carob in my smoothies every now and again. That tastes amazing. But I don't want to do it all the time, because I feel personally it can turn off the messages in your brain that tell you when to stop eating, because you're full and you've had enough and your body doesn't need any more. Like for example, I was eating a salad with cumin in it before, and oh my god, it tasted absolutely amazing. And I like had a big bowl of it, and then like I couldn't really finish it. Like I felt really satisfied with the amount that I'd eaten, and then I looked at the bowl and I was like, oh, but it tastes so good. And I was like, oh my goodness, like be like that. I don't want to be run by taste. I want to be in tune with my body, and I'm glad that I was aware of it, and I realised like the feeling in my body, and I just like I was able to push the bowl away and that. But that's what I feel about like the spices and the herbs and stuff like that. Like, they're wonderful, they're lovely, and they can complement your food amazingly, but you need to be aware of when your body's full and when it's had what it needs to when it just wants more taste. So yeah, that's like the things I would suggest about like if you can't stop eating, like look out for those things. And especially if you're in a raw fruit diet, because that's what I do really know more about. I don't feel the need to just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Like I don't feel like that anymore. And that's like the main points I would say. Mix up the fruit you're getting, try and improve the quality. Smash greens, organic tender greens in particular, they're easier to digest. And organic obviously, because they'll be way more nutrient dense. Or wild greens either, if you can get hold of wild greens or homegrown greens, that's amazing. And yeah, like I think they're all the points that I said. So yeah, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that to ask me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.